you're watching this video, you likely want to transition into tech because you know this is where the world is going. This is where the most job opportunities are. It's an area and a sector that's growing and it's the one that gives you the opportunity to actually earn a high income working from the comfort of your own home. And you're likely trying to choose what is the best way to transition into tech. So there's 4 main tech careers that you can transition into. I'm going to be covering in this video the details of each one between a data analyst, cybersecurity, software engineer, and a business analyst. So our agenda for this video, we're going to go over the 4 common career paths, the pros and cons of each career path, and how hard it is to break into that space as a beginner with no experience, the AI threat to the job security of these traditional tech job roles, and the realistic market opportunity of all the jobs that are available, all the opportunities that are available that you can actually claim. So the 4 common career paths you can take to break into tech. And when people think of tech jobs, they think about these 4 main job roles, right? And there's some individual specialist roles, like for example, website developer can be under software developer, even though they're not exactly the same. But these are the four main, categories of tech jobs, right? So you've got the software developer, they're the digital builders, they're writing code that creates the apps and websites. You have the data detective, which is like the data analyst. They analyze huge amounts of data to find trends and help businesses make smarter decisions. You have the digital guardians, which are the cybersecurity analysts. They protect a company's computer systems and data from hackers and threats. And you have the business analyst, which is like the translator between the business world and the tech world. So starting off with the software developer, the pros are it's very extremely high demand. Every company pretty much that is online which is majority of businesses these days, right? They need developers, right? And the great thing about it is that it's an excellent salary. It's a specialist skill that companies are willing to pay a lot for because they're so in demand and they're actually so valuable to businesses. The cons of this role is a very steep learning curve. You need to master multiple programming languages, frameworks, and tools just to get your foot in the door. There's fierce competition. You're competing against people who've been doing this for years. Some people that have been doing it since they were kids, like teenagers, right? So it's a very high barrier to entry for beginners that just want to transition into the space. We've got a data detective, which are your data analysts. The pros is there's a huge impact on their work, right? And their work directly influences a company's strategy. There's top tier salaries in the space. It's one of the best work paid roles in tech, and there's a huge amount of job opportunities in the space for data analysts. Now, the cons is there's an academic barrier, right? It's not about spreadsheets. You need a strong foundation in advanced statistics, mathematics, programming languages like Python, and many data analyst roles require degrees. Many top data sciences jobs ask for master's degrees or even a PhD. So it requires a return to university for most people. Then you got your digital guardian, which is your cybersecurity analyst. They protect a company's computer systems and data from the hacks and threats. So pros of being a data analyst, a cybersecurity analyst, is they're extremely in demand. Because cyber threats are constant, so job security is actually really, really incredible as a cybersecurity analyst, right? It's a very specialist skills a lot of companies are willing to pay a lot for. So it's a critical importance. Yeah, you're on the front line of protecting a business, which is super, super, super important for a business. And they're willing to pay top dollar for cybersecurity for people who have this skill. So it's a skill that is very well protected in the fact that the demand is huge. The demand is huge and it's a very specialist skill, which makes it very hard, leads into the con where it's very hard to get into as an entry level role, right? To protect a house, you first need to know how every door, window, and wall is built. Similarly, you need years of IT and networking experience before you can even move into cybersecurity. So it's almost impossible for a newbie to start here. Now, there's an ultimate entry point, which is a business analyst. So if the doors are locked for beginners, how do you get in? And you can walk right through the front door in a business analyst role. So a business analyst is like the translator between a business world and a tech world. They find out the business problems, what the business problem is, and work in tech with the tech teams to build the right solutions, right? And this is why it's a perfect role for the majority of people, not everybody, but the majority of people that want to transition into tech. Because first, it leverages your transferable skills. And this is the most important point because you're not starting from zero. Most jobs, like let's say you work in care, you work in hospitality, maybe you work in sales, right? You have of foundational skills that can be leveraged to be in a business analyst role, right? So if you solve problems at work, if you communicate with colleagues or customers, if you're organized, right, if you ever had to explain a complex topic simply, then you already have the core skills of a business analyst, and we can show you how to actually apply them into a tech environment, right? The technical barrier is low. Your job isn't to code, right? Is to understand the problems and communicate solutions. So you don't need advanced math or computer science degrees to start. You don't, it's actually like the non-tech role because you're not actually writing any code. You're not doing anything that's super techy, right? Although there are some tools and some platforms you do need to learn, right? And it's the perfect gateway role because as a BA, you work with everyone from the managers, the developers, the marketers, the clients. You get a 360 view of the entire tech industry. And this makes it the ultimate launch pad, right? From a VA, you can easily transition into project management, product management, and even specialize in those other tech roles above. Like you can specialize into cybersecurity, you can specialize into data analyst, you can specialize into being a software engineer if you so wish. But this definitely helps you get your foot in the door, and it's an excellent salary because you're involved in helping solve a business problems. You're highly valued, and starting salaries from the BA for a BA in the UK is like anywhere from 35 on a very junior starting role to 50,000 in your beginning roles, really, most of the time, right? And you have a clear path for growth. But like I said, it's not for everybody because the cons are you need to be able to speak English or whatever language you're doing your business analyst in very well, because the whole role is very is very based on communication, right? It's highly based on communication, I mean, right? So you're bringing ideas into solid and clear plans. You're communicating with different teams, different stakeholders, different people. So communication is a very key and core skill of a business analyst. So if you can't communicate properly or you can't speak the language well, it's going to be very hard for you to break into a BA role successfully and for a company to hire you. Right? If you hate problem solving or thinking, right, this is not a role that you can just do passively and it's just super repetitive. If you don't enjoy analyzing issues, spotting gaps, and thinking critically about situations and just literally just using your brain, like this isn't not the BA role is going to feel frustrating for you, right? Because you're getting paid for your thoughts, you're getting paid for the strategies that you implement for the businesses, right? Yeah, if you're unwilling to learn something new, so there will be some software tools that you will require as a business analyst, but none of them require you to code or super techie. So it's easy for a beginner to learn, but if you're unwilling to learn something new, it's not going to be for you. And if you're literally completely computer illiterate, then it's probably not the best for you as well, because this is the tool that you're going to be using almost every single day to fulfill and do your work, right? So the AI proof advantage. So if you're thinking about a career in tech, but you're worried by the time you learn the skills, AI would have already taken your job, then you probably would be correct, right? See, AI is writing code better than 99% of software developers nowadays, right? And it's doing it at record speeds with insane amount of accuracy. So a software developer job is highly under threat from AI, right? As a data analyst, AI can analyze data better than most data analysts, right? And it's only getting better and better and better in a very quick amount of time. Like if any of you have used ChatGPT and know how high it was when it first got released compared to now, it's night and day. And it's only been 2 years, right? Okay, and cybersecurity as well. Because AI is writing code and all of these things. So cybersecurity, AI can probably it's a huge threat to that job role as well, right? So what if I told you there's a tech role that where it isn't a threat, but it's also a tool, because the best protected role from AI, tech role from AI, is actually a business analyst, right? So AI can't necessarily understand context, politics, or human emotion that well, right? So, and a business analyst job is pretty much entirely built on this. So as a BA, your value is your judgment. Because if AI has all the human knowledge, all the documented knowledge, and AI is now gaining the skills, the specialized skills that people are spending years and years learning to get into these roles, then what is left? What of value is left? Well, that's that's judgment. That's making the right decisions, because AI can't make the decisions for you. It can't make the decisions for the businesses. And this is where a business analyst comes in, because you're helping businesses make the right decisions to help them reach their goals and bring their ideas to life. So AI, instead of being a threat to you, it becomes your personal assistant for researching data, not your replacement. And this is your moat. And it's deep and wide. So just to give you an example of what AI is saying, I went over to here, right? So I even asked AI itself, will AI take business analyst jobs? And it says it's unlikely AI will completely replace business analysts, but it will significantly transform the role. Rather than posing as an existential threat, AI becomes a powerful tool that automates routine tasks, augments data analysis, and allows BAs to focus on more strategic, high-value activities. So you can leverage AI, right, for the automation of your routine tasks, data collection, helping you actually gather the documentation, right, helping you draft documentation as well, and giving reports, right. It can really help you in a lot of ways, right? You can see here, and it helps you do your job even better, not replace you, so that you can do your job in a record amount of time. You can still get paid very high salary, but do your job in a record time and record speed. So you have more flexibility, you have more time to yourself, you have more time to do what you want to do. So it becomes an advantage for you, right? And let's now look at the job market opportunity. So now we've looked about the pros and cons of each, and how the barrier of entry, how the barrier of entry for each industry, coming into it as a beginner. Let's look at the market opportunity of what the opportunities that are actually in the marketplace, right? So we're going to go through each, and let's go, right? So I'm using JobServe here. And let's start off with the software developer and just look at the job opportunities that are available here. So for a software developer, there's 1,987 jobs, new jobs posted in the last week. The salaries are looking decent. So, right, and you can get some contract roles here as well. Let's look for a data scientist. It says data scientist here, but we're going to put data analyst so we can get the most results. Data analyst. So 4,442 jobs for a data analyst. Decent salaries here as well. Contract roles, remote roles, and right. So it's a good amount of opportunities for a data analyst there. Let's look at cybersecurity. So only 94 new jobs posted for cybersecurity in the UK in the past week. So very, very low amount. It's a super, super specialized skill. It does pay a lot. Like this is £650 a day contract role. Right, and you get some contract roles, very high paying, but there's just not that many job opportunities. Now let's look at a business analyst. So a business analyst, in the past week alone, there's over 9,416 new jobs posted for a business analyst. And you can see some of the salaries are posted here, 75 to 85K, 75 to 80K over here. Contract roles for 400 to 600 pounds a day, for 500 to 550 pounds a day, 90,000 to 100,000 pound a year roles as a business analyst, right? Imagine if you're using AI to help you do your work now as well. You can leverage and stack multiple contract roles that be making over £1,000, £1,500 on a daily basis. Now you can do your work even quicker when you leverage AI. So not only is it a high paying role, but it's the one that gives you the most job opportunities, like you can see here. So from this, the choice is clear, right? While other tech roles are in arms race with AI, business analyst roles focuses on a thing that AI can't replace, which is human judgment, human decisions, right? So when you combine that job security with the massive amount of job opportunities that are in the market for you, combined with the low barrier of entry to actually enter, is the best path I recommend from someone who's a complete beginner who wants to transition into tech. And it gives you the option to try to specialize into different roles and different tech roles if you so wish as well. So right, if you're a problem solver, a great communicator, and you're ready to make that transition to a tech role that allows you to earn a high income, work remotely, actually have work flexibility as well, so that so that you can actually enjoy your life and structure your life around structure your work around your life and not your life around your work, then I think it'll be a great opportunity for you if this is what you want to do and transition into a high paid remote role. And we can definitely help you do that, right? So you can click below to click a strategy call with us at Digital Business School. We help people transition into business analyst roles within 90 days. And we do this by training you. But not only training you, we give you the work experience, we help you rewrite your CV, we give you the interview coaching, right? And we also do 30 job applications for you on a daily basis. There's no other training company in the UK that does that for you, because we make it unreasonable for you not to transition into the role successfully. So if you want to learn more about that, you can click the link in our description to book a call, or go to our YouTube page where you can find a link there and book a call to just find out more about this.